Match found.
Lodi ana ahora. Listo. So bacha. Kini bo? Keona Sage. Ball की चेक टवरा.
Sage in.
Sure.
I am both shield and sword.
अबे माल्टा il join वे बोले এটা আমি নিলাম চাম্বুর লাগতো তো চাম্বুর হাট কিল তো মনে এটা রিভাইভ হতে পুরো
Your justice frightens me.
Reloading.
Is there no other way to find peace?
Need a drop. Thank you.
Hello.
Reloading.
Hello. Hello, better.
Wipers. Vista.
প্ল্যান্ট করে মারা
Spike planted.
Chamber hall.
Adios. Enemy spotted A.
Here. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy spotted A.
There they are.
Wall raised. Reloading. Nice! Killed it! And them. We definitely killed them.
Stop their breach at all costs.
Set B, Viper.
Spike down B.
Mark. One.
One enemy remaining.
Your tactics failed.
Spike spotted.
Nice one.
Gun here.
My priorities are suffering.
Breathe deep.
नील लागलं पोलीस.
Welcome to my world.
शॉटगन येतो.
Set, can you hear?
Reloading. Spike planted.
So what?
Blocking sight. Enemy spotted A. Reloading. Here.
Last player standing.
No one will remember them. Together.
There. Watch this. There they are. Enemy spotted A.
Enemy spotted A.
Barrier created. Spike planted.
येत आहे.
Bit very low. Said you have.
Last player standing.
You have said.
I know what must be done.
Protect our homeland.
Bit.
Take flight.
Here.
Off your feet!
Enemy spotted
Oh fuck.
Spike planted.
A fine death.
Last player standing.
We got this.
Tell me information. Hello?
Here. I am the hunter.
Nice levelis.
Barrier created.
Enemy spotted B.
Right up there.
Last player standing.
Poison's off.
এই যে যাচ্ছে
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
This place is nice, but not nice enough to die in. Let's win and get out of here.
Aha.
Defeated. Shot dark.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Take flight. Enemies close. Eyes up.
Here.
Nowhere to run!
Cutting their vision.
Oh, careful there.
For you. Get out of my way!
Enemy spotted.
Reloading.
Last player standing.
If you lose focus, you die. Breathe when it's over.
Let's say that.
At one. Wall raised.
B.
बीते ढूके पूरा वाह
Spike planted.
Gun here. Still in sight.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Revealing area.
They're nothing but flies.
Barrier created.
Off your feet!
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Deploying drone.
मीड है
Enemy spotted B.
Missed it.
Their lives are so meaningless. Might as well give them to me.
वॉल खोल लो
Barrier created.
Welcome to my world.
Remove. Enemy removed.
अबे
Here.
Last player standing.
কেউ সাইডে মানে কি খেলবো দুজন প্রথম থেকে দুজন লাস্ট অবধি সাইড
Last round in the half.
আরে লাগে না
Cannot keep our goods
গেমটা এই জন্য খেলতে ইচ্ছা
Spend
হয়
all.
না।
No charges left.
Stay safe.
Get
You
out
want
of
to
my
play?
way.
Let's play.
সবাই এ ভাই সবাই ওয়ালটাও আগে করে দেয়
Eh, eh.
ওই
Enemy spotted A.
Spike planted.
Divide. One hole.
Last player
Your
standing.
duty is not over. One dead.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining. Switching
Stand
sides.
calm. We are Valorant. Spike is here.
Need a drop. Thank you. Here. Enemy spotted.
Poison's gone.
Shot down.
For you. Lock in sight. Reloading. Wall raised.
Reloading.
Multiple enemies A.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Gun here.
Last enemy taken out. Reloading. Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it.
Anyone have funds to spare?
Anyone have funds to spare?
They're not better than me. Here.
Scanning ahead.
Still in sight.
Careful shot.
Deploying drone.
Rest.
Right here. Right here.
Last player standing. Spike
Invisible.
down A.
Out of charges.
এডিস দেখে গেলি তো।
আলাদাই।
Prepare yourselves. We fight once again.
Reload.
Kill them.
Revealing area. Take flight.
উপরে ছিল নাকি?
Found them.
So what?
Perfect.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Spike down mid.
Scanning ahead.
Remember, nobody's a hero when they're crying for air.
এইসব বাড়া বলিস না। আর যেতে
Sage, protect the others.
Here.
Scanning ahead.
মরে গেছি।
You fought well.
And encountering their vision.
Hear me.
Wall raised. Your duty is not over.
I must record this feeling. Carrier.
130 সোভা।
Enemy
Spike down A. Last player standing.
I have the spike.
বাবা
Match point.
They demand a fight.
Need
Who
a
are we
drop.
to disobey?
We survive.
Gun here. Reloading.
Revealing area.
You want to play?
Spike
Let's
down
play.
B.
Found them.
अबे खेल तोड़ा वाला जना लगा
Silence.
Last player standing.
আরে ঠিক হয়ে যাবে।
Defenders win.
এতদিন পর খেললে বলে। কি যাওয়া ছিল না।
Match found.
Split. Okay.
You have good taste, my friend.
Match found.
I am both shield and sword.
Jambu ni le. Jambu.
Anyone's got a mic?
Wall raised.
1A, 2A, all A. 55.
Spike down A.
U-Haul 55.
Return to dust.
U-Haul 55.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading. Right here.
Shot, A shot.
Enemy spotted A.
Lovely.
Their lives are so meaningless.
Seçte wall fall
Might
geçiyor.
as well give them to me.
এবার 3 বার দেখেন
2700 টাকা কিছু কিনে নি মালটা
Barrier here.
আরে সবাই আওয়াজ
Spike down A.
No charges left.
Here.
तेज हील है क्या?
Healing you. Reloading.
जेटोस here.
One enemy remaining.
Dead.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
No one clear showers.
The symphony of death. Don't worry, you get
Outside you got.
अच्छा
Aiming. Euro aiming.
2 TP. Hookah.
नहीं अच्छा
Let's TP Sage.
Spike down B.
Long. TP. Take band out. We have this side. Nice.
Lot of guns here.
What do they think this is? Backyard scrimmage?
Good day, shouts.
And I'll go B. I'm free with Guardian. Fishy chair spotted.
They want to die. Let them.
Barrier created.
When I'm watching you right.
Fall back. Taking over shot.
Here.
One. Yep. Chamber.
I have them. Enemy killed.
Nice call.
Enemy B.
One enemy remaining.
Side
Spike
B.
down B.
Any idea? Oh, beautiful.
Yes. Dead.
Time to stock back up.
Rena asked.
Need a drop. Thank you.
এমনি দিব
হ্যাঁ কি বললে?
I'll
No,
show
no,
you,
sorry.
scary omen.
Barrier created. Multiple enemies A.
Free aiming.
You want to play? Let's play.
One you have. 140 open. One you all.
Spike planted.
দাঁড়িয়ে
ওখানে গেল কেমনে
Last player standing.
টিপি মারছে না
These guns we use are okay.
Brim,
but
can
I
you drop?
also bring my own. No offense.
Ask. No. Ask. Brim ask.
Need a quick thanks.
You know what to do.
Wall raised.
Cross.
ও বারাত চলো কোথাতেই খেয়ে গেলাম আর বারাতে
Who's next?
Spike planted.
Someone's in defensive spawn.
Last player standing.
Bro, little help, bro. My God. Just save the op if you can.
One enemy remaining.
ऑब्सेव करने हो
Save the op. Right side. Fuck.
Let's ruin their day.
क्या तो जेट क्या मोड से चलो इस
Right here.
Safety's off.
Wall raised.
One shot, stage.
BS.
Spike down.
Spike down A.
There they are. Out of here. Gotcha.
Here.
Who is showers?
Thirty seconds left.
They're next to the spike. One showers, one
Spike
spike.
planted.
Both shower side. One TP'd out.
One enemy remaining.
Last TP'd out. One sticky. Nice. If you can half stop, Sage, can you stop? This is
I
opposite.
put down the jamming side to the TV squeeze.
But let Sage. Sage is too far away. Never mind.
No, got.
Sage, can you jump down? Jump and pick the. No, let him. He has a rest. Nice.
Reloading.
Blasphemous.
One bullet for enemies. That should be enough, yes?
Thank you.
Guardian is lucky.
Watching here. Bonne chance, mes amis.
Get out of my way.
Jet is here.
Watch this.
Flash marvel तुम्हारा.
Open up the sky!
Spike planted.
Jet grounded.
One copy. Sage, do you have a heal?
Your duty is not over.
One enemy remaining.
Copy. Euro was copy last. One stick.
Wow.
Nice. Off again.
Sorry to spoil the party. Reloading. Pay attention. I learned something.
You want Vandal or Phantom?
Can someone get this? Thank you.
Sage, here. I dropped. Sell it.
Lago.
You want to play? Let's play.
Barrier created. Here.
Sage is.
Enemy spotted.
না না স্যার বাদ দাও একটু সস দাও
Oh, what? One U-Haul? One U-Haul.
You
Yoru
will
U-Haul.
not kill my ally.
Yoru's U-Haul.
No, you haul now. Bere.
Bro, what the?
Fuck, Bere. 40 viewers.
B.
Enemy spot.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
My city needs me.
Bro, quite a
I
team.
can't be away for long. Let's send this.
Need a drop.
Chamber, can you drop?
এখান থেকে ফ্ল্যাশ মারলো আবার এখানে আসলো
ইচ্ছা করে আমার বাকিগুলো
You fought well.
Bro. Smoke.
হেভেনে তোদের
Here.
সিটি দিয়ে আসতে পারে
Spike down B.
Here.
Sage, just
One
hold.
more.
Don't. It's okay, hold Sage. Where is he? Long or hookah?
Long upper. Coming CT.
Oh, Omen is CT.
City.
One enemy
Stand
remaining.
down.
Elbow or city.
30 seconds left.
Weapon here.
Can come elbow.
Let him push.
You
Beautiful.
were a boy. I am a mountain.
চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স
Look
নিবি
around
চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স
India. It helps
Yeah.
with
Drop me, drop.
Thank you.
Can someone get this?
ওই কিনে দে
দাঁড়া
কিনে দিছ
Chamber armor.
আরে লুলু চুদা মাল বাড়া
Yoru's gonna ult.
Wall raised.
One enemy.
Who's next?
Sage, hear me. It's all A.
Enemy spotted A. Healing you.
Spike planted.
আবে ও সিটি চলে গিয়ে আমার
One
জন্য
enemy
দাঁড়িয়ে আছে ভাই
remaining.
কি ডিউটি কি ডিউটি
তুই এখানে সিটি চলে
Sage, take it.
টিপি করতো
Blasphemous.
Last round before the switch.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all. Gun here.
Watch and learn.
Right now.
Spike down A.
Here at. Jet. Sage, heal.
For you.
One default.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
লেফটে
One U-Haul, one side. Empress,
Sound
your
up
word. Last round.
अरे बाजू मुल्ला मका
One shower, you heard him?
এমনি দিন
लागছে না
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
If I accept
Oh my god!
because I am.
এটা
But actually, report her Reina.
Damn! Even I couldn't keep up.
It's Reina's fault.
अरे
Oh
report
god,
করার মধ্যে
9-3.
কিছু খেলে নি ভাই
It's Reina's fault. If Reina lost, we would have won this game.
এটা এই রাউন্ডে যদি আমি খেলতাম এই রাউন্ডে যদি আমি খেলতাম আমাকে প্রথমে ওমেনটা অপারেটর মেরে দিত মিস করতাম
Chema, one trap here alone.
Here.
এখানে একটা ট্র্যাপ দে মাঝখানে আবে এখানে
Here.
ওইটার থেকে এখানে ভালো
Just careful of Yoru. His TP clone thing is cancer.
ইস ক্যাজরা কি বললো
is cancer my ex too
Your ex too.
Shorty. Might be.
50 Yoru left side.
আরেকটা
Down B.
Go.
Yoru was long.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Yeah,
Please.
dead.
না এটা আমাদের
Smoke's down.
একটা টিপি দিয়ে দে পিছে
Reloading. Teleport's ready.
Can be in A.
Set your trap, it's fine. Secure the pistol.
Spike planted. That works.
ঠিক কেমন পিস্তল ওরা
Last player standing.
U-Haul.
মালটা খাইছে ওই মালটার জানি কি করবিস
I have them.
Go for it. Bro!
Clutch.
Chamber?
Bro, come back, bro, easy.
If you are not doing well, keep trying.
funny
You
shit,
must
that's
keep up appearances.
আবে ও হাফ করে দেবে বুঝিনি ভেবেছি ও মাঝে থাকবে ওরা
পিক দেবে আর কি পিজে
হাফ
মারতে
করে
পারবে
দাঁড়িয়ে
Keep it up.
Reload.
Reloading.
ভালো লাগে না কেউ কিছু কিনিস নি
হ্যাঁ কেউই কিনে নেই
বাজে অবস্থা
55. Inside deep.
Last player standing.
35.
ও মা গো
Bro.
ভয়ঙ্কর
Come back.
I got your backs. Just, from the front.
হ্যাঁ এই গেমটা আমার পোষায় না ভাই গেমটা পোষায় না
কেন আগে তো ভালোই গেল
যার এখন আর ভালো লাগে না
Chamber close up.
গেমই খেলি না কিছু কি বলছো এটা
Caution here.
অশান্তি
ওই ম্যাপে তো ভাইপারই খেলতে
আর ভাইপার
Yeah, we can fight him.
You know what to do.
এই যে এখানে
Here.
ওমেনটা এখানে তো
Omen killed.
One
enemy remaining.
হ্যাঁ প্লেটে দাও
Wall raised.
CT. He's a CT.
Spike planted.
Check elbow.
Enemy spotted B. It's just a scratch.
अबे टीपीতে যেতাম তো তাড়াতাড়ি মেরে দিল
They don't have a single life worth saving. Need a drop.
বেরিয়ে এসেছিল মালটা।
ক্যাম্পিটার খেলা হয়তো না
Enemy B.
Oh, Yoru's on the left. Yoru's coming. He TP'd. Reina, Yoru TP'd belongs behind his clone.
What the fuck is this Yoru doing, man? What the?
72.
Next.
শটগান নিয়ে আছে ভাই এই প্রবলেম যা আয় এদিকে टीवी मार लो और पीछे
30 seconds left.
Opponent killed.
Wall and plant.
Barrier here.
Brim play for ult.
Spike planted.
Brim just play for ult.
You hold at the third. अबे इमने
One you hold.
Open up the sky.
Shoot your molly.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
हमारी देख लो वाला
Let them try to get through me.
Let's fast A. Let's just run fast A. Kimber backstab. Trap.
ओ ए बोल लो ना कि
Blocking sight.
Launching smoke.
Here.
अबे यार इधर
Spike down A.
55.
Reloading.
Get out of my way.
I have them.
Close right.
Reloading.
जेट ने की प्लैटिना
One less.
Bro, one flank. What the
Spike
fuck are you
down
guys?
A.
Like butter, baby.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Oh my god, he just threw. My god, he threw it. No.
हमारी
Stand
तो
tall.
है हमारी
We
हमारा
are
भूल
valiant. We are fighters.
shit भूल में भी पाशी टीवी मरते जैसे ये पाशी दे
Their eco plays low.
Together.
Only chamber assault.
দেখি এটা পিছিয়ে যাই
They will come. They are so dead. Enemy B.
You want to play? Let's play.
বললো না
Spike down B.
বডিতে লাগলো বলবি
Go hookah, come hookah. Judge.
One enemy remaining.
Hookah.
এটা হুকা
Wow, what a whiff.
Spike planted.
ব্রিমের আবার আল্ট পেয়ে গেছে ভাই দুইটা রাউন্ড আগে নাকি
Beautiful.
Match point.
You burn this
Can someone get this?
Make it official.
Thank you, thank you.
Please, you don't die first. Stay behind everyone.
Together.
Enemy spotted A.
ট্র্যাপ দিস
Rev. Never mind.
Sit still.
Your duty is not over.
এখানে থাকতে পারে জাস্ট
Reloading.
Amazing.
Launching smoke.
Go B.
One bandage is eating.
Unavoidable.
Last player
আহা
standing.
আমার এমন শেষে
Spike down B.
You will not kill my ally.
No more doubts. We're ready.
We go.
Stim beacon here. Launching
জেটটা না
smoke.
থাকে
Still in sight.
Barrier created.
Cutting them.
Spike planted.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Nice take.
Flawless. Attackers win.
কিরে খেয়ে দিয়ে একবার ওই মাগের সাথে আসি নাকি?
আসবি আর বার আর নাকি ভাগবি
আসবো।
আচ্ছা তাহলে আয় খেয়ে আস কিরে তুই কখন আসবি তো হামদাস লাইভ স্ট্রিম কি বার চলতেই থাকবে নাকি কিছু করবো না তো পিসি অনই থাকবে সেটিংসে কোনো কিছু ভুল আছে নাকি কিউ কি কিউ 1 আওয়ার পর আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে এটা কি কালকে কি হলো যে গেমটা ক্র্যাশ হলো তারপর থেকে এরকম সো লুক সোলো কিউ নাকি খাইতাম আর কি। যে কি হাঁকছি ম্যাচগুলোতে মারা, সবগুলা হাঁকছি, এটাও হাঁকছি। এটা তো আর কে যে কোনটা কই ছিল, অ্যাসেন যেটা কেচে নিয়ে খেললাম 0 কিল 12 রাউন্ড, এটা মেবি আমার ওয়ার্স্ট ম্যাচ। আল্লাহ, প্রথম থেকে নুব হলে একটা বুঝতাম, খারাপ লাগতো না আবার। ওই অপোনেন্টের যেটা ছিল ফ্ল্যাট ছিল, লাগছিল না মনে আমার মতো হাগে কদিন ধরে। হট ক্রেজি হট র্যাক্স। 1 ঘন্টা পরেই আসি, অন থাক। ও হয় দেখি ডিসপ্লে।
Going back to the corner where I first saw you. Gonna camp in my sleeping bag, I'm not gonna move. Got some words on cardboard, got your picture in my hand, saying, if you see this girl, can you tell her where I am? Some try to hand me money, they understand I'm not broke, I'm just a broken-hearted man. I know it makes no sense, but what else can I do? And how can I move on when I'm still in love with you? 'Cause if one day you wake up and find that you're missing me, and your heart starts to wonder where on this earth I could be, thinking maybe you'll come back here to the place that made me, and you'll see me shoes, but a big hole in his world. Maybe I'll get famous as the man who can't be moved. And maybe you want me to, but you see me on the news and you'll come running to the corner, 'cause you know it's just for you. I'm the man who can't be moved. I'm the man who can't be moved. 'Cause if one day you wake up and find you're missing me, and your heart starts to wonder where I said I could be, then maybe you'll come back here to the place that we meet. Oh, you'll see me waiting for you on the corner of the street. 'Cause if one day you wake up and you're missing me, and your heart starts to wonder where I said I could be,
Yo.
sleeping bag, I'm not gonna move.
নাভি চলে নাকি ওরা 3 মিনিট উফুফু সিনাট্রা কই ওনা সিনাট্রা তো দেখতে পারবো না
Right now, that's the bowl where we betray. And if you're coming back to find me, you better have good aim. Shoot it true. I need you in the picture. That's why I'm calling you.
Really scary form. Like their split comp was spicy as hell, and they dominated with it. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried for them here, but at least there's a chance. And realistically, it's good that it's in their own hands. You're not like Liquid on the other side who are just like, oh, please don't ruin that.
If I pick it up when I know
Wow, it's so beautiful here! So many things I've never seen before.
The fuck?
Things off, and a couple of pistol upgrades for London United, but for the most part, this is going to be a flat round for the attack side. Maybe you'll get Fekio on that Marshall grabbing a headshot, but look at how passive the defensive side are being around those ranged angles. Defo doesn't really want to swing into deep mid. Instead, he's just covering that shot, using his dash back for the info, and then it's again going to be a reset into passive play, because they don't want to give these Sheriffs and these Marshals the opportunity to overwhelm them at range.
Yeah, they'll still have the information there. So the alarm bot will force the turn from Shados, who, on the Sova, not something we've seen too much of, but I think we know at this point anybody can sort of work within the wheelhouse on this mech side. Trade, at least, will take him down, but the damage is kind of already done. The only worry for me is Defo being that low, if they can pressure him, but of course, there's a push and pull. Remaining players just looking to try and surround him mid, and okay, nice shot from Boo.
Well, he's going to be connected on through the smoke, and that one certainly hurt a bit. One more kill would be great, and Boo's done it himself. 3 kills, and Defo in that challenge only barely gets away with it. Hell, if Boo had full HP in that, he would have won, and he only got shot in the body, and Defo is 1 health. 2-0 for M3C, but they definitely would have liked to hold on to a couple more weapons coming out of that one.
The only worry for me in this round is the fact that Chronicle does have himself a lockdown, which obviously going into round 3 is not something you're going to have normally, but it does help when you get that many kills going into the pistol round and even a couple in the last. I would be very surprised if they utilize it here, though, just because normally a lockdown's only really going to be used on the defense for a retake, and when you have this weaponry for a retake, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. If they're not running straight into you and really tripping the trap, allowing you to trade and have crossfires, well, you're left in these sort of situations where Chronicle, you know, he's got to try to make a play through a smoke. Lucky to get out of there with that much health, to be honest. He's still trying to spam away, knowing that someone would be going for that switch, but he won't find anything. London United virtually unscathed, making onto the A site. They've got very little control over their flank, though. They've got info the players are close, but it's still dangerous. Dreamus even blind is good for the double, and that pretty much removes any of the danger now. Shados maybe took behind the box. He can catch them off guard. Hey, he's at least got the one, but that's not left them in the best of positions.
Yeah, they actually did use the lockdown. It will at least force them out of the site, and the remaining 2 are just going to be holding back. Nats watching for anybody to try and sneak through. First connected, second as well, and now only Boo's remaining. Nats, dear lord!
That one we are going to need to see again. I'm sure someone's already smashing the replay button, but keep on going. The fact that Nats is just, can we just rewind like 30 seconds in our heads? This was an eco round. They dealt with the problem, which was the flank. They had info to cover it. Everything was done well by London United so far. And we talk about that team as a tactical team and say, hey, look, yeah, they're fantastic and all this. What do you do when the guy just turns around and shoots you all in the head? They did everything right up until
I was legitimately about to talk about how they wasted a lockdown. Okay. Okay, this map is already more fun than most you're going to watch. What's going on?
Funny holo, hi.
A double entry with a Marshall, and well, they're probably going to get some weapons off that.
Wow. Again, one of the things that really is, and Tom, I'm 100% behind you with not talking on the specific mathematics. Let's look at this push that's coming down on short. Redguard's gone walking out. Feku's good for a third. And Marshall's still there. London United, got those first couple kills within the first couple seconds, so why move? I love that call. They freeze, they have a turret watching B main, they have Sova watching A long, and everyone else is focused on just containing middle. And the thing that I love about this, Tom, nobody's really initiating fights. Like, okay, Nats is peeking and getting a head peek onto Malzy and stuff like that, but these players on London United in this mid freeze are not actively seeking duels. They were trying to bait Perfectu to kill them all with the Marshall, and this guy has just come out for another 4. The ace could be on the board, the head just barely.
That's Vandal chala hai.
No one better shoot this guy. This is Nats's kill, Shados.
Genshin is father problem.
A 4K followed up by a 4K. Not an ace this time, at least not from Nats. Fekju will try his hand at one. He had the timing. He read it perfectly, but he turns away at the last moment.
10 seconds left.
That plant about to come through, but he has no idea where Shados is. And Shados gets all that info. He's crept up close.
No idea who Shados is.
Tom, that's the info given away. Fekju was none the wiser, but now he knows exactly where his opponent is. He's ready to take this shot. And as Shados comes out, Fekju's swinging. He's caught the angle, but he won't catch the shot. Another round on the board for M3C. London United can't get it across
Bot
the line
commentary.
so far.
That was a 2v5, right?
It was. You know what? And I'm pretty sure the last round was as well. Or a 2v4 at least.
I feel dirty. Like, I genuinely, we're 4 rounds in, I feel like I need a shower. Like, it just... I don't understand how this happened. Like, sure, they're all individual duels, but it's just ridiculous how accurate this man is. Up until the last one. The last one, he just decided to give them a chance, I guess. Maybe he blinked. That's about the only excuse I can give at this point, but...
I just wanted to
4-0 nonetheless.
I just wanted to compliment the freeze, and every time I tried, Nats came out and took another one. It's like, these guys, they froze perfectly well, but they did not thaw. Oh, they really didn't. Now we're moving on towards the B side. A lot of presence from London United. Malzy's popped his ulti, and he is down on the floor waiting for a res. That's coming through as we speak, but Shados is thinning out the numbers even still. Malzy goes up, but Dreamass is already gone, and now the head peek for Shados. A flank coming through for Redgar. This round is in the bag. 3C dominantly done. London United thought they were going to be able to explode onto that B site, but Tom, they exploded where they were standing. My God, 5-0. This is not the dominant game that London United are hoping for tournament survival.
And the problem is it could have been. Like, you've had 2 opportunities now where you should be winning a round. You were versus mostly pistols in the one prior to last, and then you lost a 2 versus 5. Sure, it was ridiculous from Nats, but those are both opportunities that have got to be so ridiculously demoralizing, and you know you're not going to get that chance too many times. Like, how many rounds are 3 players going to die to a Marshall? Well, I'm going to go ahead and say probably 1. And that now leaves them in a position where, well, they're back onto pistols, and potentially the best they'll be able to do after this round is even up the half.
Well, Tom, what I was going to say to you before was that, from your perspective coming in this, and I'm 100% behind you, I'm not really into talking about the mathematics behind the game. It's a lot of things that can change, and just a whole matrix of complicated information to follow. You seen ahead. This duel on mid is going to be definitive. So I'll cut the point again unless Fekju goes down. This guy's still poking around the lines. They want to deal with him, but that was perfect. Even full blind, he knows exactly where he's aiming. He flips over, dashes, updrafts. He's out of there. And nicely handled again. That's going to leave London United to execute into A, and the Bladestorm lurking mid.
They're running into the trap, but it seems like they've actually smoked off the alarm.
Oh.
He's still gonna get the kill, even with the pistol. Oh, that's unfortunate. How's this the round that's working out for them? Again, it's back in, it's a 2v5 match.
Glad I cut the point. It is a 2v5 though, right? Good chance for M3C, historically at least, to pick this round up, but it doesn't look like they really want to go for it.
Nats isn't alive,
Definitely the right call. Yeah, good point actually. Chances go way down. Obviously though, with the operator to play with, you don't want to give that one up. Redgar's got a Vandal as well. Better off just keeping these through, and he's lost his shields after going down early on. Quite sure how he avoided being detected by that, but you'll take it. Bladestorm still looking. Okay.
yeah, Feku had nothing to lose, so it's not really that much of an issue. Defo also just gonna, well, I was gonna say farm up orbs, but at this point he's not. He's already got his Bladestorm available. He's just trying to hold on, and actually they are almost everybody. It will be at least one player dropped, which, considering the finances, might actually do a little bit of damage. It'll be interesting to see. They'll probably still be okay, especially if Defo actually played the Bladestorm. This would almost be just a perfect round for a purchase, but. Yeah, London United doing incredibly well of like kicking off these rounds. I think that's the thing. Like they've let a lot of them slip away, and unfortunately, that already leaves like 5 rounds on the board for Mech, and I don't think they're going to mind that too much going forward. But it's not like London United are getting outclassed, just maybe by 1 or 2 players.
I'd 100% be with that Bladestorm usage at a defo, if not for the fact that he's defo, I guess. He's got the op saved over, and he wants to just fully commit to that.
Can I just drop you the Bladestorm?
I guess who's going to take it? You'd probably look at Redgar, unless he's got the weapon, or any of the other players could pick it up. But on this map especially, so many close range angles to peek into, it just gives defo way more to work with, right, than any other agent. It's the reason that Jet's even going to be played here. But for Redgar, he's not too upset. Holding down on short, got a buddy with him in the form of Nats, and they'll just look to play support in this round. Real passive from the defensive side. And I guess really hoping that London United will late rounds, try to take the space. And look, they're walking into the operator. Defo's got this one set up, and they do a great job of dealing with him, pulling him off the angle immediately. And now they know that operator's on the safe side.
I like what they've been doing so far. They've been baiting out utility, forcing players to rotate around, but Nats, again, just taking this extra space. They've got further utility to deny this push, forcing them out of position with the fragment, and 30 seconds now, and they're being split apart, but luckily they've managed to find the kill onto Redgar, and they have a chance to put some pressure on here. However, this cross, and they haven't actually cleared the position of Nats. He survived so much longer than he ever should have done, and again, the clock ticking, it doesn't even matter. The remaining players will fall, and Mech, it's 6-1.
That is a big mistake, but you can see why it happens. They kill a player on short in the form of Redgar. We said earlier on, he had the Spectre and he was playing with his buddy Nats, right? So Redgar goes down. They had seen the Nebula go up, but that doesn't mean anything. Nats can be anywhere. And they move to site. They see Defo. He's firing off with an op, and obviously all the alarm bells start to sound. They're going for him. The flash out that comes out from Malsey isn't even to blind the player in the corner. He doesn't know he's there. He's blinding the op so he doesn't get shot, and he can close the distance. He's cyber-focused, and then he's shot in the back of the head because he didn't clear that corner, and the round falls apart completely. We go 6-1 London United. Left down on pistols, and remember, they need a dominant victory here. They need that 2-0 to go nicely their way if they're going to be going forward in the tournament. Tom, the reason that I don't really care about talking about that as the game goes on, but at this stage, we have to think about London United's mental. They know this is either a dominant game or you're not making playoffs. So far, even if I know they're not doing the mental, the mathematical gymnastics, but they can tell this is not going according to plan. The panic might start to set in, but Dreamas, well, he's got different ideas. He's opening up the side.
So good.
Thought he wasn't going to hit him for a second.
Okay, just about makes it around the corner, and this has all been a ruse. Look at the rotation. They have pulled almost every single player away, and they don't actually get much of the 0 points, and that's when Chronicle finally decides to duck back into A to take a little look, and, well, they've already lost the site. Good fake from London.
Very, very nicely played. Something we've come to expect from the London United side. Now they've got to hold off against the
London.
Plenty to work with for
England.
MCC, even a Hunter's Fury as well. London United have a lot of weak weapons. This round might look to be in the attacker's favor, but the hardest work is still ahead of them. Hunter's Fury popped off here. This is London United's. They're looking to really push these players out of position. They're not able to get anything done with Redgar, ripping them to shreds. Destrian and Boo trying to buy out that little bit of extra time. They've stopped it with the Gravwell. Chronicle takes Destrian. Boo gotta run up. Classic in hand to try and stop this defuse, but he can't get anywhere near it. Redgar. 0.34 of a second on it. Redgar getting 4 kills, but it's not enough. I thought they barely had it, but turns out London United have snatched that round.
What are these rounds? They're so ridiculously close for absolutely no reason. And I think Boo there is running back in with a classic, but actually just wins it with the gravity well that he used earlier and just the time that they were able to buy. They didn't get on the defusal early enough because they were trying to take the fights and not knowing where they were coming from. And yeah, ultimately a good afterplan, especially considering the weaponry. This is a pause that I think is needed though. Like the way that firstly losing multiple, like a 2v4 or 2v5, winning a round where none of your players survive, like there needs to be a bit of a breather here for London United. And I guess we can then talk about the mathematics. Like I was talking to Ryan because I feel like Ryan is he's the all-knowing master of this, right? So that's where I've been going. He says they need to go +8. Now he is currently typing, probably telling me to shut up, but yeah, at +8, like so if you're winning yourself like what 13 9s, 13 8s, you're not in a bad spot. So it's not like completely dominant, but it still needs to be good wins. And versus Mech, that's very difficult. Like, you have to consider the only maps they've lost so far in the entirety of this season was to FPX. Both of them were overtimes. So if that happens again, that's not enough. And so it is a really tough spot for London, but the way that things have been going, I don't think it's impossible, because it has come down to these crazy clutch plays from Mech.
It has. I mean, those 2 rounds, the 4Ks from Nats that pulled them right back into it. London United now have economy, right? Because of those super close rounds anyway. So it's not like they get no benefit from it. M3C are on an eco right now. And they were 6-2. You know, they won a lot of rounds. And even after losing just 1, it hurt their economy a lot. You see it here at 6-2 again. With pistols in their hands, Tom, I'm going to say it. They shouldn't be able to get up tall too much. But last time we saw this happen, I mean, that's got a 4K and won the round. So London United are going to be very cautious. This is not a round to kick back in. And again, they are leaning towards the side of the map that M3C have stacked on.
Yeah, I'm just looking at an almost lockdown and a Hunter's Fury and Chronicles still at the back of the side of the Bulldog, and yeah, that's why we worry when this man is anywhere near the action. He's now actually got his ult online as well, and he's just going to use it just to buy time, like just waste the clock. And in fact, it actually forces a rotation away from London United, so this is already getting way more dangerous than it should be in a round like this.
30 seconds left.
That time pressure certainly starting to apply at this point. London United, 20 seconds to push into the site. Still lots of utility to play up against. And, well, you're seeing that now. And Nanoswarm's actually caught the spike on the other side. There's only 12 seconds left as they try to make their way forward. 10. The spike's still not made it to the site. Now it's down in the open. And Chronicle mows them down. The time was not their biggest enemy. The Bulldog was. The man's got 8 HP left.
I'm pretty sure he had 60 HP when he got his first kill through the smoke, so he killed everyone else, like taking, what, like 52 damage? It's so stupid how good he is. Like, there is a reason why minds, I think including my own, he's the best player in the world right now. I don't feel like there's much of an argument, just because his sheer depth of agents, I think, is better than almost anybody's. I think the only person I'm even thinking about competing is probably someone like Nats. But then also just his fragging ability on all of those agents is off the charts. Like, it's absurd how good he is. And in rounds like this, well, yeah, you feel bad for the fact that London United don't manage to win a round, but they are playing against a master of the game.
Absolutely. And actually notice, I said the Killjoy utility that was still on short, right? That was Chronicle who was able to delay the spike with the Nanoswarm, that was able to open up a little bit of room for his team to then harass them as they did and give him that space to catch them off in the corner in the last couple seconds. The utility was on point, his setup was fantastic, and his reaction in the moment as well. And that's something that we see across the board for all of these players on M3C. It's a reason that these guys are world champions. We're going to get a drone. Starting things out towards the spawn. Look at this push from London United. The space that they've taken is given up by M3C willingly, but they did not intend for that to happen. Shados going down. A possible weapon to be retrieved if there weren't so many bodyguards around ready to trade on out. These pistols on the attack, well, sadly not as strong of a low buy for London United as what we've seen from the M3Cers.
See, I'd love to be able to hear the comms of Mech, but also understand them, because I love the fact that no matter how things seem to go, they have everything down to a T. Like, they had players ready in case they push through towards the spawn. Then after that battle takes place, they have a crossfire there. Another player's already holding in B main to watch in case there's a flank from that area. And then the final player is also watching into market to make sure they don't get pincer from there. It's just perfect. Like, it's actually just perfect. So for London, it's like, to find a gap, you almost need to have some of those ridiculous kills, like Beku finding a triple kill with a Marshall, like that. And that still wasn't enough.
Which is just ludicrous, right? And it's not like it was a triple kill with a Marshall in a round that they were trading or anything. It was a 5v2. It was 3 opening duels, untraded, and you got the whole world in your hands. And I think that, not the decision, but what ended up happening was 1x1 peaks on mid. And Nat's hitting all his shots. 8-2. Huge lead for the defense. London really need to start cracking down. I know it's the attack side, but man, if they make it out of here with 2, their hopes are almost fading completely as it is. Redgar to try and destroy that lockdown, but that is not the lineup. It is missed completely, and now they've got to try to sprint their way out of the site. They will make it, and of course they'll end up better for it. It's almost like it was the plan.
Oh, okay. Dreamhouse can do it too. You know, you can spray through smokes, he can do it back. Oh, I was about to say, they almost didn't catch Redgar being a little bit cheeky, but thankfully we'll put him down before any real damage is done. Still, a couple of players remaining, Shados and Defo, who, I'll be honest, for most of this game have been on the back burner just watching Nats and Chronicle clutch, but now it's their time.
Out of the spec slot, let's see what they can do. Well, not a whole bunch on that one. A tough situation as it was. 8-3, London United walk out with the third. Now they're going to want one more to give them a little bit of a buffer, but things are starting to look a little bit better when they swap over halves, I'd imagine. Remember, this is their map pick, and so that means N3C did decide to start on the defense. So there's a tiny bit of light at the end of the tunnel, if you don't consider the fact that this is N3C, and we know that their attack is not going to be flat, at least most likely not.
Yeah, I will say, other than the obvious of them getting Haven, which was never going to happen, this is probably the best map pool London United could have got. Like Breeze has been very good for them throughout this tournament and the qualifier. Icebox, one of their best maps. So, like, all in all, everything is lined up. But if it gets to Icebox, they're already screwed. And, and it's not going well at this map. Nonetheless, Nats, well, we see him like to play around his utility just like a Cypher, but he's gone down early. Another entry for Dreamhouse. He's been great so far. They're doing very well at finding picks. And Shadow, somewhat isolated, is going to fall back to almost work this one with the rest of the team.
This is really the round for wall banging below, isn't it? With that wall that you've got up. You can't be shot at from the side. They're not going to find anything for it. Well, that wall bang certainly works. Maybe not wall bang below. Good flash. The Redgar gets caught by it and then blinds himself. Oh, the panic going down. He was still blinded when he threw the second flash. Pedestrian still calls dash underneath. No. And Defo has no right to do that. Dreamass and Malsey. Just Malsey and 2 HP. Well, ain't that a dream? Shadow's going to close that one out, and a little bit late getting on the defuse, but I don't think it's going to be another disaster. That one's in the bag. 9 rounds at the end of the half, not bad.
They get so many just disrespectful kills. Like, he dashed in below with a shorty and still gets a kill. It's just annoying. It's like watching Twisted. You're just like, come on, man. That shouldn't have worked. It did, but it shouldn't have.
Okay, but Twisted did it like every third round. That guy was just ridiculous with his blast pack shorties.
I reckon Twisted plays shorty DM and is the most annoying. But I reckon he's caused at least like 200 people to quit the game.
Minimum.
Well, yeah, obviously minimum.
Chuck on an unrated queue. You're adding 9 to that every time. And the people on his team.
He's got an account called like Shorty to Radiant.
Took 3 games to get there, I bet. Well, like 9-3 at the half, we're swapping over, and M3C are looking very good, as we said. London United, they chose this map. Let's hope their defense can make up for the flaws of their attack. As they move in towards the B site, M3C not seeing all too much. Okay, it happens. There's a gamble of taking the B site, let's say. Redgar's really running around for a while there. It looked like he was on a sightseeing tour, but I guess he's bought time for that plan to come through.
Just so much spam. Hoping to try and find something from it, but yeah, all the remaining players are looking to try and make their way through the market. A few late flanks coming through as well. Defo just so fast on that reaction shot, and I'll be honest, this is the beginning of the end. They need this retake to even stand a chance of winning this map, let alone doing anything towards the playoffs. Flank actually only manages to get one, but the time is ticking. They need to get this final kill relatively quick, and it's Chronicle again. They will manage to make things work and have plenty of time to get that defusal through. London United, there's your lifeline.
That is it. Signed, sealed, and delivered. And catching Shados on the flank is really the key there. A hit coming up through B main. 2 players lined up for him. Would have been the easiest couple kills of his life. I think Malsey just about managed to survive that one with his teammate grabbing the kill in time. And with that, M3C stall out a little bit.
What's it?
This is the kind of team that could force buy.
Huh?
But it seems like they're going for a nice light investment. They're going to close this game out the good old-fashioned way.
Right here.
Yeah, not really any reason for them to overextend in these scenarios, and that's something we've witnessed throughout this from Mech, is that even when they've been in hugely commanding leads over the last couple of days, how important these matches are. Like, we might be talking heavily in favor of London United, but they're making sure that, well, not only do they want to be qualifying, but well, I would say they want to qualify top, but they can't at this point. They want to at least qualify in second. This push, though, being dominated. Dreamhack's doing incredibly well. Feko even comes in for a double. Probably the 2 players over on that side of things that you'd like to have building up their ultimates, so not the worst case. The problem, though, is this round's going to be really tough, because you're coming into it with a hell of a lot of Spectres. In fact, there's probably not going to be a rifle here at all. And, of course, on the other side, they have nothing but.
And we've seen straight up aggression out of M3C so far onto that B side. It almost feels like, you know, the pistol was obviously pre-planned. The second round, maybe you come in, same philosophy as pistol, lots of close range angles. I also feel like maybe they spotted a weakness in that pistol that they thought they could lean on it, thought they could exploit. But London United showed them convincingly, no, we've got this under control. Now you come into the typical slow defaulty round out of M3C. These guys are going to wait. They're going to fight for your map control. Slow defaulty, maybe not so much. They're actually upping the pace on this, moving in through middle. Already seen Defo up a pizza, flash through at an opening duel. That is not a slow default at all. That is an execution coming out of Defo. And with that, they've got the man advantage.
Yeah, definitely not the way you want to start off a round like this. Just fast paced. They're even watching for those picks to come through. Got to be a little bit careful. The drone didn't have the cover, but they do manage to find a kill through the smoke off the back of the ping. Redgar also tagged up incredibly low, will have to fall back. The problem is to battle for mid, they've given up a lot of space elsewhere, and this is going to come heavily now onto Malsey. The flash is good though, he blinds up too, and actually takes them with him, leaving this now into a winnable position. The correction from Shados is enough. It leaves just Estrian, but he has found a gun.
He got a gun, but the recon just came back online, so maybe a little bit of info to play off of, but no, those players have snuck away! Destrin can still see them, apparently! Shados is down, and one in the corner is next! Of course it is. The final boss of any clutch. 10-5 we go. M3C really charging up into the lead. And I gotta say, you know, really, really nice play by Malsey on short. Gotta give him credit for that. He waited for Redgar's null point to come in and timed it perfectly. Look at this. Thank you, Replay Ops. Exactly when he wanted it. Out he comes. Spectre for 2. And then he goes down. I mean, with that gun alone, you don't expect much from him. But after that knife went down, I thought he was as good as dead. And he still managed to make that play perfectly.
I'm not gonna lie, probably for the first time ever, I almost literally choked when he got that kill through the floor. Because it caught me so off guard, because the recon got, okay.
Yeah, you couldn't think of no ball back.
Never mind. More good lineup.
It's nice to see. Not if you're
lineup gaming. No.
It's a great bonus though. Like it has, like that's the problem. It's like because of the scoreline, they really kind of needed to win that, but it still is an excellent round considering that was only Spectres and a pistol. Like you managed to get 4 kills. Like that's impressive in isolation. And if they win this round, there's still opportunities because it would do some serious damage.
Very true. Yeah. I guess for London United, it's just how bleak it looks when you really stack it up now compared to if we win, sure, we can push M3C's economy a bit and so on. But if we lose,
I'm guessing this round's like paused or something because
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen this strat from M3C before. I know they are a very strong defaulty team, but you know, we saw a fast default previous round. That's a much slower one than what we're expecting.
Huh?
So a bit of a pause in here, a bit of a tech issue. This will be back in just a moment, I'm sure, Tom. But I guess this is somewhere that London United are going to feel comfortable.
Excuse
to
me?
take a break and a breather. Of course, 10-5.
Can.
Still sitting at right now, and we'll match.
Oh, দরকার নেই, দরকার নেই.
In just a moment, I guess.
No, Gorga.
It's one of those scenarios where, again, like, if we start talking about rounds, then you're going, oh, they're not in the greatest of spots because they're already past that marker where they can realistically make up too much unless they, like, close this out. It would still be possible in the next map. The problem there, though, is that, I mean, going back to even Champions, Breeze was just nuts for... Like, it was their best map. In fact, you just don't really want to play them on it. And now they've sort of even, like, built more on top of that with bringing in Chamber, and that just looks like utter filth. So to beat them convincingly on that map is going to be incredibly hard. I will say for them, though, I think they played the veto very well because they're going into a map where they actually smashed big on it recently. They beat teams like Vitality and Wave fairly convincingly. So in terms of map veto, it's not impossible, but I think we have to look much closer to home right now and just say, like, do we realistically think they're going to win this map? Probably not. They'll have to dig very deep and prove that there is another level to this squad that I don't know if they're there yet. And that's the good thing about this whole league system, is the fact that, okay, they weren't bottom. They didn't finish last in their group, so they're already guaranteed for the next season. I think for a squad like London United, having some consistency is actually really important because they've always been like a blip team. Like, we know they've been good, and we've seen them in tournaments like Red Bull, and you've gone, nah, they were pretty good. And then you don't see them again for like 5 months, and you're like, I don't know if they're still good. And then they come back and like, they're good again. So the fact that we know after Masters, there's going to be a guarantee that we see this squad again is very, very exciting. Do I think they're on the level of Mech yet? No. Maybe today they can hit like a stride, and there's a small chance they can still make it. But I would say that we'd have to be a bit foolish to truly believe that when they're playing against one of either the best teams in the world, but also potentially the best team of the entire of last year. I think just in terms of raw consistency, how good they became, that's what makes it hard for me to believe that they stand a chance.
Yeah, of course, for people that are just jumping in, things might look a little bit odd for you. There you go, technical pause coming up. 10-5 still where we're at. That round for London United, I believe some of the players have DC'd, so they'll be getting their connection issues sorted and jumping back on. Of course, that just means we got to wait out a moment while the guys get everything
Is this my
sorted.
karma for yesterday?
Tom, I'm gonna say you deserve this for what you did at Pansy and High Pocket. I mean, I just think that I've been
useless. কথাবার্তা. Ooh. Oh, হ্যাঁ এটাও তো. Oh shit. 5টা বাজে হবে. এই আমার কাম ছাড়ছে.
Aren't you two even a little curious about what interesting things you might see at the festival?
A signed first edition is going to become quite the collectible. I've got to get my hands on a copy.
I've been here since last night so I could buy a figurine.
How close do you think the match against the guard will be today? I think the guard might win, actually.
Thank you.
Sadly. How close do you think the match against the guard will be today? I think the guard might win, actually.
Thank you.
spotted mid.
Eliminate.
What is Omen doing? TP, motherfucker.
HP as he runs around, no one taking the fight on him. The side under pressure, and Destrian hasn't got anywhere to go. That is a clean take out of M3C. London United look like a deer in headlights.
Spike planted.
They're going to try and take some space back, but they know they've got to be careful. And he's always there. He's always just waiting on the lane, takes a kill, and then just fades away. Pico as well has managed to get a second back, but they've got to be wary. They do have a player watching the flank. That's Morsey. He needs this kill, otherwise his teammates are all going to be struggling. They're almost relying on an individual, and actually DreamHack comes up big, but do they expect the second player to be here? It's a little awkward for Shados. He has managed to first be isolated. He's sectioned off. They can go for the defuse as he has to try and kill people along the way, and Feku's just sticking it. He's trying to hold it all the way, but he's got himself a Hunter's Fury in his back pocket. Just looks to delay him that little bit longer, and he will do so as he lands the final headshot. There is no clutch that Met can't win, and Shados now adds his name to the list.
Yeah, it's just any player on this. As long as they're alive, the round is under threat. My God, like the fact that Hunter's Fury comes down to the last second, and if he wasn't 23 HP, you bet that M3C knew that. Shados had that info. It must have been called. I don't believe at least that he was low, right? From the other players who tagged him up. It's just unbelievable to see them this dominant. Kicking things off on London United's map pick again. For London United, the dominant map here is no longer possible. If they want to believe they've got to win this map, come to map number 2 and absolutely annihilate M3C on their own map pick. That's a long list of conditions that sound very, very tough to fill.
Well, yeah, it's like you're looking at, what, a +6? So, what, 13-7? It's not, it doesn't seem likely, but hey, the craziest things have happened. It would be the greatest story we've probably ever had in the VCT, and we've had some pretty good ones, I'll be honest with you, but yeah, I think Mech again, I almost feel heartbroken for London United, because if you cut off the last, I don't know, 20 seconds of about 4 rounds, they're in the lead convincingly. Like, legitimately, just those last few seconds, they seem to crumble. Like, that was a 1v3. They managed to res one of the players back up, and then just Redguard decides that he's just going to win the round. And once that's decided, it's already done. And now they're coming in with another incredibly stinky buy. In fact, we've got a glass, I don't even want to call it a cannon, because it's not. A glass judge. You've got a blade storm, and you've got a single pistol that's been invested. It's bleak.
A glass judge. That's something I never wanted to hear. But here we are.
You should run.
This is gonna be tough. Updraft over. Feku dead after just the one. That ultimate's still up and ready to play with. And it looks like Boo has no worries about it. He's ran straight through. He won't be able to destroy the lockdown. I think he was hoping he'd grab another kill there and tank the lockdown for it. Instead, he looks a bit silly, and we're in a 3v3.
Yeah, and the problem being that none of the other players have any weaponry, and Nats is already watching that backline. Now, he is likely to walk in to the trap. Oh no, he smoked it. This man is so smart. He smoked the exact position. Now he's just walking in behind them. It's just, he's too good at this game. He's just better than you. Just give up. What's the point?
Yeah, that's
They had an alarm.
Like, we are knowing, just give up. What's the point?
I love him, but I hate him at the same time. It's just gross.
Cringe.
This is the moment where you know you can figure it out. Yeah, this is London United sitting there going, okay, well, we We have been outclassed, really and truly. What a play by Nats. Now, one more round needed for M3C to take this across the line. You know, the funny thing about a team like M3C, Tom, any other game, any other team, I'd almost say, and that's probably going to be play of the map at least, right? Right here, that's just another round.
Oh, Defo's hunting. There's two players in this corner. No, they're going to be stuck on the fragment. Peeks in. He's already got one. He doesn't even know the other player's there. He was clueless, but it doesn't matter. A double fragment kill for Renka.
I think you got it.
It's over. Call it a day. Mech, there's a reason why we consider them one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world at the moment. And you know what? They are proving it today.
We knew coming into today that the chances for London United moving forward were very low. I think it's something that was spoken about extensively on the desk and here so far. But, you know, it's still a team that had that chance. Up against most teams, I'd say we'd at least get a third map out of it. But, you know, right here, this is London United's map pick, and M3C have come in and made it look like their opponents have never played it before. I mean, this was start to finish domination, foot on the gas. M3C really not looking like they're going to let this one slip, Tom. I mean, at this point, I don't know who wants to run the math on that, but it's back 13 zeros, I guess, to do it. So it's possible, but it's a long shot.
I think on maps it's impossible. Like, I think that was the point. I'm almost certain, like, Ryan can explain this by...
I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare. Intangible. Bet you didn't think, so I command you to. Panoramic view. Look, I'll make it all manageable. Pick and choose, sit and lose. All you different crews, chicks and dudes who you think is really kicking tunes. Picture you getting down in a picture too. Like you lit the fuse. You think it's fictional, mystical, maybe. Spiritual hero who appears in you to clear your view when you're too crazy. Lifeless to those, the definition for what life is. Priceless to you because I put you on the hype shit. You like it? Gun smoke, you're righteous with one toke. You're psychic among those, possess you with one go.
I'm happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. Ain't happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on.
The essence, the basics, without it you make it. Allow me to make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't, that's a fallacy, I'm in them. Every sprouting tree, every child of peace, every cloud and sea. You see with your eyes and see destruction and demise. Corruption in the skies from this enterprise. Now I'm sucked into your lives through rust, so not as muscles, but percussion he provides with me as a guide. Y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eye. You perceive with your mind, that's the end. So I'ma stick around with Russ and be a mentor. Bust a few rhymes so motherfuckers remember what the thought is. I brought all this so you can survive when law is lawless. Feeling sensations that you thought was dead. No squealing, remember.
I ain't happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on. Ain't happy, I'm feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. My future
future is coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on. Our future is coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on. Our future. Calling the world from isolation. 'Cause right now that's the ball where we betray. And if you're coming back to find me, you better have good aim. Shoot it true. I need you in the picture, that's why I'm calling you. I'm the lonely twin that left hand. Reset myself and get control. I don't want this isolation. See the state of me now. Calling the hunter with the rifle. 'Cause right now that's the ball where we be chained. Shoot it true. I want you in the picture, that's why I'm calling you. Calling you. I'm the lonely twin that left hand. Reset myself and get control. I don't
nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way, oh, I'm making my way. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you. Our love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way, oh, I'm making my way. I go solo, oh, I go solo. I'm making my way, oh, I'm making my way. Stop me, I'm making my way, oh, I'm making my way. I go solo, oh, I go solo. I'm making my way, oh, I'm making my way. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way, oh, I'm making my way. I go solo, oh, I go solo. I'm making my way. I'm making my way.
Huh?
Indomitable.
Good.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. When I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you. My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. When I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way. I go solo, oh I go solo. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you. My love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. When I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way. I go solo, oh I go solo. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way. I go solo, oh I go solo. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
Because his secondary is basically it's basically the same as a Guardian anyway, but hey, I guess when it's Chronicle he can do what he wants, but it's a scenario where the round is not over. Like you could see if there was, say for example, just a load of Spectres in this position.